Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back again as Leo from Jersey with a message today. My message today is for you who have been overextending, you who have been giving so much to other people in the effort to see for yourself and get spirit to give you something back for yourself. Today's message is for my people who have been legitimately so in fear lately that the things that they have been putting out to the universe are not coming back to them. That all those times, some time ago, because some time ago you had an impetus, you had a thought, and it was correct. That all the good work that you put toward other people, that all the things that you have done for these other people, even in the dark, even in the quiet, even in the closet, even in those moments when nobody saw what you were doing or what you were building, or that time that you gave change on the street, or the time that you sewed an item for that person to make sure, or the time that you drove that person to the place that they needed to be, or came to get someone, or all of those moments that you overextended and you put down whatever you were doing and made room for other people. And even more so for my people who those same events ended up hurting you in the end just as many times. You overextended on a moment, gave too much, and instead of being given the return you should have and were owed dutifully from everything that you had done, everything that had gone right, every moment that you had been there, every tide, time, thought, everything. And instead, the hand that fed was bit. And I see you, I hear you talking to yourself. This is the last time I do that. That's what I get for helping, being there, being kind hearted, being soft hearted, continuously being vulnerable in a society that punishes vulnerability and kindness over and over and over. And it can feel sometimes like God is saying to you, you're supposed to be selfish. You're supposed to be selfish. What were you thinking for being Christ like? What were you thinking for thinking yourself similar to Jesus? What were you thinking for saying to yourself in those moments, maybe I could be the change? I hear you getting down on yourself in those moments where the hand that fed was bit. I want to instead pivot you today to a new thought. I want to instead pivot you today. In my mind's eye, I want to tell you I see a bank vault. A bank vault that goes so high into the sky with little boxes with keys to open the bank vault to get in the little cubbies. And it goes as far as the eye can see, a wall that spans in the XY coordinate direction in all directions as far as the eye can see. Inside one of those little chambers is the accumulation of all the things that you have been doing. It has been being recorded. You have been building in silence. Everything you have done, the love you have extended other people, the times you were selfless, truly, because you had the impetus, because you wanted to, because you even selfishly had moments where you thought to yourself, maybe, just maybe, I'm getting emotional, so I know this is true. Maybe, just maybe, if I give this dollar to this person on the street, maybe a moment of my life will be released. Maybe I will break from this depression. Maybe I will be given a chance for that job that I wanted. Maybe God will see me in the same way that he sees the other people who do all those things because you've been inspired to help. Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. Of course. Of course. I want you to envision that as you walk around, you are like a Kardashian of the spiritual realm. Okay. Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Because the answer is effectively you are. Maybe not by who you thought, but certainly by ancestors, higher principled beings, ascended masters, teachers, guides, angels, all of the passed over loved ones, all of those people who came before you. Of course, they follow you around because also their perception of reality means that they can be in multiple places at once. So, yes, there is a world in the TV universe, in the great expansive wide plane of all the cubbies in the world. Yes, there is room for yours to have been the one that is viewed by everyone. Yes. Yes, the work, the good work that you have been doing, and those times that you've been alone in your room crying, when will it be my turn? They have been building. They have been building. If you are seeing this message, it is because all of those things, I like to explain it to people like this. You want something that's so big, okay? You want something for yourself, a dream, a love, a truth, a future, a child, a promised thing. This is the thing that you want so much. And the thing that you want so bad, God is going to give it to you. God is going to give it to you. Yes, yes, you are going to get it. But in order to get it, everything has to, the equivalent of this item has to be built up in spiritual gain. You have to purchase this item. No free handouts. A very, very wise man once said, when something is free, you, you are the form of income. Does that make sense? You are the pay. No, you have to do enough good work to be the equivalent of this. Why? Well, we can't all be saints in our past lives. We can't all have been Joan of Arc. We can't all have been Mother Teresa. We can't all have been the Buddha in the past lives. The truth of the matter is, look into the situation where you were born. Look at your family karma. Look at the situation. There are things that came ahead of you. And yes, your spirit, you overachieving little you overachieving wizard. You said to yourself, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. I'm going to cut through all the bullshit, all the drama, all the previous karma from my family. And I will be the curse breaker. I will be the cycle bearer. I will turn the dial correct during my lifetime so that no one else has to suffer the way that they have. This is the change. Pluto and Aquarius. It's now. The time is now. All the dominoes have been set where they needed to be set, and it just needed to be given a chance to be pushed over by the perfect final good deed. But the truth is the more that you have moments where you bear your ass, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you because we're siblings here. We're spiritual siblings. And I'm gonna be honest because I had this message sent to me, and I've been cooking on it for days as God sends me different visions of what it is. Because the situation is this: the more you bear your ass in response to God not giving you the thing that you want, and then you start to feel like it's hopeless. You start to say, well, then it's never gonna come, and then you start to live in this place of even playing field. I want to really envision you in this moment to like somebody, like for example, if you've seen I Love LA, you don't have to have, but there's a character named Tallulah who very much lives by her means of the exact course of the moment, just as many good deeds as bad deeds, very karmically neutral. And because of that, she is never able really to circumvent her station, to move above until finally enough good karma accumulates to her over the course of the show that she ends up being given everything she wants: money, love, fame, notoriety, and for doing nothing. God has the power to give you all of those things. But the truth is enough karma has to be worked in the other way for the things to be given. And sometimes sometimes the blessing also crazily is being released from this purgatory, this mortal plane. For a lot of people, what is that phrase? Only the good die young. So in a lot of ways, everything brings its own karmas. So be careful what you wish for too. If the ultimate thing that you wish for is fame, consider too the other sides. And then you have to consider, well, is God preparing you in the background to be ready for all of these things to occur to you, to be emotionally in the place where you need to be developed enough to that so that it doesn't hurt you. Consider you being fed in place and building. And think about it like this, right? You're building your karma bank, your little deposit box, your safety deposit box that, yes, is being held. The key is being held by the archangels, by God, by the person above, by the higher mind deity has the key. Nobody else can touch this until you unlock it and take something out because of a karmically negative deed. Does that make sense? You borrow from it. I need this money back. I need this money back. Whereas you can just continue to build into it, put it away for another day, put it away for another day, put it away for another day. Works the same way as it's funny, I was sent this image by spirit earlier about how so much of our playing field in this realm is indicative of the higher realms, and we don't even realize how much we have actually channeled from above in the ways of metaphors. For example, I'll give you an example. The astrological wheel is a perfect circle and is split into 12 sections, and everything moves around it like so. But the north node moves clockwise like this. And I was staring earlier today at an analog clock, and I realized just how much The first person who created the analog clock without even meaning to, think about the way that the universe works, the exact same pattern as the analog clock moving around the circle as different themes are struck and different times hit. It works much the same way. We channel the outer realms without even meaning to. So you have channeled this idea for yourself that the more good you put out into the universe, the more it is going to come back to you. And the truth of the matter is that is completely and utterly correct. But you have to, in order to cash out the thing that you want, this life, this truth, this future that you desire for yourself, this enlightenment, this higher mindedness, you have to continuously put away all of your selfish desires for another day and act selflessly, pardon me, knowing that the truth of the matter is when you need it most, when the thing that you want, when you want to buy that car, that house, that spiritual car, that spiritual large purchase, you will have enough stored that it is not only purchased, it is ready for all upgrades. It is ready for all upkeep. You can afford insurance. You can afford the taxes on this big thing. Spirit will not move you until spirit deems you ready and until you have enough karmic build up. You are emotionally in the place that you are higher minded and that you are in a place that you can handle this, because we are moving into a realm and a world and a time with Saturn and Neptune both in Aquarius that all false godlike figures will be struck down. They will not be able to handle the withstanding of the spiritual boundaries that are put on them. If they are false, if they are false idols, they will be struck and eliminated. And so, in this time, Spirit is being very, very careful to ask you specifically to make sure that you are aware, first and foremost, of your most deepest self of all things, and that all help you extend to other people comes from the needing to do that instead of the needing to prove yourself and of your worth to this society. Spirit endows you automatically with worth. Spirit, let me say that again. Spirit automatically endows you with worth. The worth is there. Do not speak badly over a child of spirit, because you are not above inflicting bad karma onto yourself for the way that you treat yourself or act about yourself. So be very wary about how you treat one of spirit's chosen special children, especially if you are watching this, because I know you are a higher minded spiritual being. So you know the deep connection that you potentially have with the outer realms and with spirit and with God specifically watching you like a Kardashian. Yes, yes, you are viewed. You are being viewed. Yes. So even when you think you are alone, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa sees all, darling. The metaphors were there from childhood for a reason. The shows you were shown, the times you were shown about the special child who breaks away from society to prove themselves because they are shown that the people above them are evil, or shown that the good child, how they help and extend to other people and how they are rewarded spiritually. All of the themes are channeled from the outer realms. Spirit is trying to hint to you, you are doing everything correctly. Keep going. This is your chance. Take this as your sign. It's being viewed, Diva. It's being viewed. The thing that you want is big. The thing that you want is big and it's coming. But we're just making sure that you're knowing that you're not overextending for the purpose of buying this thing. No, no, no. Keep cute, keep small. Don't get offended when God cuts off people that you gifted big items to, thinking it was going to help you. Who is that helping? What if it turns around that they turn around, they bit the hand that fed, because they were never your friend to begin with? They never wanted that. They never wanted you to overextend. They never needed you to overextend. Instead, all you end up doing is, again, karmically hurting one of God's children. You, by overextending, you get bad karma given onto you. Now, I don't mean it to say all this to scare you. I say this to say that you are a star seed, a chosen one. Every action you take is very watched, is very purposeful. So God needs to correct you like you are in a car driving along the road. We are awake at the wheel, baby. We are awake at the wheel. You can't curve too much one way. You're going to get corrected. Don't get offended when he grabs the wheel and points you back, says, we're not doing that. We don't need you to curve off into the woods to go save a deer. Get to your destination. Stay the course. Keep doing what you're doing. And if someone needs to be let in front of you in the lane, that's your opportunity. That's your opportunity. Let them go. And that's your moment to be collecting the good karma back. All of these things, they add up, babe. Don't worry that God is absolutely seeing these things. And you can circumvent many, many spiritual issues by constantly giving back to the poor in a purposeful way. Soup kitchens, volunteering, protesting, helping the elderly, the abused, the sick, the meek, those Christ like figures in this time period will either stand up to the weight of scrutiny or they will fall apart in a pressure cooker of Aries, of the self. But know that the self is the focus right now, babe. And everything that you do to make this society better absolutely will butterfly effect 10 times back to you the size that it was given. Yes, keep going. You're doing great. Thank you so much. I've been a Leo from Jersey. Thank you for this fabulous message for you. I've been thinking about you all week. If you're watching this message, I'm getting chills. This is really for you. I am being so specific because if you have had the impetus that the previous work that you have done specifically for the poor, and I get the feeling you really have, you have gone out of your way in various situations to help friends, to help relatives, to help neighbors, to help people that have no real connection to you. Yes, it is being given back to you in kind, but you have to wait because God wants to give it to you in a way that you can handle. Thank you very much. I'm Leo from Jersey. Leave a like, leave a subscription. Tell me if you like this video, or leave a comment telling me what you think about this and what's going on in your life. You know I love to respond, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.